There are many challenges in physics teaching, research, and extension, especially during this COVID-19 pandemic. In line with our goal to build a strong tradition and capability in physics, we invite you to the Physics Academic Festival during the 38th SPP Physics Conference. The objectives of the festival are promote and advance physics in the country, and open new avenues for students interested in pursuing a career in physics. During the festival, various universities will present their physics academic programs and research, and also share their challenges and strategies in adapting to remote learning. The Physics Academic Festival is open to students, teachers, researchers, and the public.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Joel Chuma Keeling, and I come here to represent the Ateneo de Manila University's Department of Physics. I'm here also to present to you the physics programs of the Ateneo. Good afternoon once again. I'd like to start off by showing you the home of our department, and this has been our home since 1985. This is Faura Hall, located along College Lane of the Ateneo main campus in Katipunan. Our general physics laboratory classes are held in a sprawling area or a three set of buildings called the Science Education Complex, and the physics laboratory classes are held in Sec Building C in a laboratory called the Professor Norberto Texon Physics Education Laboratories, simply called the Texon Laboratories. The Department of Physics is a CHED Center of Excellence, and as a Center of Excellence, we have the following composition for our faculty. We have 2 professors, we have 5 associate professors, 5 assistant professors, 3 instructors, with a total of 13 PhD holders, and we have part-time faculty numbering 7. Our humble beginnings began in the 1960s upon the instigation of the Jesuit fathers of the Manila Observatory. So basically, the Department of Physics started with the Manila Observatory, which happens to be a precursor to the modern-day Pag-asa, or it's like a weather bureau of climate studies division of the Jesuit order. So this is the physics department today. We are a CHED Center of Excellence, and you can see that the gentlemen outnumber the ladies in our department. This happy picture was taken in December 2019 when we had our Christmas party and when we still didn't know about anything about this impending pandemic then during that time. We are also happy to inform you that our 30th University President, Father Jose Ramon P. Villarin, SJ, is actually an atmospheric physicist. So he's also a part of the Ateneo Physics Department. He's actually on sabbatical leave now, but he'll be back with the department after a year of resting from his duty as president. His term as president just ended recently. Sorry about that. I'd like to present now our undergraduate programs. We have the Bachelor of Science in Physics. This is a 4-year program for students interested in acquiring the necessary knowledge and skills to do research in either theoretical or experimental physics. The aim is for students to gain a more in-depth familiarity with some of the most important concepts in physics and also develop skills in performing physics experiments. This program requires a submission and a successful defense of an undergraduate research thesis during the final year. Of course, the thesis can either be in theoretical or experimental physics. Our next program is the Bachelor of Science in Applied Physics with Material Science Engineering, also called the BS-APS MSE. This is a 4.5-year double major program where at the end of the 5th year, the student actually receives 2 degrees, one in applied physics and the other in material science and engineering. The program is supposed to integrate chemistry and physics with engineering design to be able to design, fabricate, and come up with improved and novel materials. And because it is a double major program, It requires the submission and successful defense of one research thesis and one research project for the material science engineering degree. The physics core courses prescribed by CHED require 66 units of core physics courses, while the Ateneo offers 68 units of core physics courses. For its applied physics program, the CHED stipulates a minimum requirement of 59 units, while the Ateneo Department of Physics offers 62 units of applied physics core courses. Our graduate programs. We have actually 5 graduate programs. First in line is the Master of Physics, which happens to be a non-thesis degree program. This is a non-thesis program usually taken by science and engineering students or graduates who would like to gain more background in advanced concepts and methods in physics. Prospective students of this particular program should have an undergraduate degree in physics or equivalent and should have some background in mathematics and advanced physics. Most of the courses offered in this program, please note this, are at the same level as the advanced physics courses offered by the departments, undergraduate physics majors. The second program we offer is the Master of Physics Education, which requires the submission of a capstone project instead of a thesis. So this is still considered a non-thesis program. This is a program usually taken by high school and college teachers whose main interests are in physics education. They have no immediate plans for pursuing advanced research in physics. Prospective students of the program should have taken subjects at the level of college physics for science and engineering and education majors and have some background in mathematical analysis. The next program is the Master of Science in Atmospheric Science. This is a program with foundational courses in the atmospheric sciences and meteorology, and branching out to either instrumentation, remote sensing, climate monitoring, and computer modeling. Prospective students of the program should have an undergraduate degree in the natural sciences or engineering and should have taken a minimum of 18 undergraduate units or equivalent in the specialization in which they intend to pursue graduate research. The program requires the submission and defense of a master's thesis. The Master of Science in Physics is usually taken by physics graduates with an intention of pursuing further studies in advanced research in physics. And like the MS in Atmospheric Science, it requires also the submission and successful defense of a master's thesis. And our last graduate program is the Doctor of Philosophy in Physics. The program aims to develop outstanding physicists who will actively pursue advanced research in physics, as well as regularly publish research articles in established physics journals and mentor the next generation of physicists. Prospective students of the program should have an undergraduate degree in physics or equivalent and should have taken the necessary background courses in mathematics and advanced physics. Prospective students with a master's degree in physics can opt to have some of the advanced physics and elective courses they have taken to be credited towards satisfying the requirements of the program. The program requires the submission, successful defense of a doctoral dissertation, and in addition, the student is required to publish at least one research article in an ISI-listed or Scopus-listed journal. These are our research areas. Our research areas include atmospheric physics, geophysics, material science, theoretical physics, photonics, vacuum coating and plasma, and physics education. Sorry about that. Our laboratory coordinators, here they are, Dr. James Simpas for Air Quality Dynamics, yours truly for Geophysics, Dr. Benjamin Chan for Material Science, Dr. Rafael Guerrero for Photonics, Mr. Ivan Colaba for Physics Education, Dr. Gemma T. Narisma for Regional Climate Systems, Dr. Quirino Sugon for Theoretical Physics, and Dr. Christian Mahinay for Vacuum Coating and Plasma Physics. For atmospheric physics, the main interests are in atmospheric physics and chemistry, aerosol physics and chemistry, regional climate modeling, climate and weather extreme analysis. For geophysics, we do studies on fracture mechanics, computational fracture mechanics, rock physics and mechanics, rheology and rheometry, slope stability and failure mechanics, and granular matter dynamics. For material science, the main field of interests are in ossetic structures and materials, elastomer mechano-optics, instrumentation, and materials characterization. For photonics, the interests lie in volume holography, elastomeric optics, optofluidics, soft lithography, and Bessel beams. For theoretical physics, there is geomagnetism, solar physics, and astronomy. And finally, for vacuum coating and plasma, there's low energy ion beam physics and its applications, computational and theoretical plasma physics, thin film deposition, material surface treatment and analysis, and vacuum science and technology. Notable alumni include Anne F. Aaron, PhD, who is listed among America's top 50 women in technology. She earned her BS Physics in 1998 and her Bachelor of Science in Computer Engineering in 1999. She was a DOST scholar. And of course, Reina Bel Reyes, she graduated BS Physics in 2005, summa cum laude. She earned a diploma at the International Center for Theoretical Physics in Italy, and she earned a PhD from Princeton University, more popularly known as the Filipino who proved Einstein right through her graduate dissertation. And of course, there's Juan Paulo Bermundo, Applied Physics and MSE graduate of 2009, MS Physics in 2012, and he finished his PhD in Physics at the Nara Institute of Science and Technology in 2015. He's currently Associate Professor in NIST in Japan. And these are our collaborators. From the US, we have NASA, JPL, the US Naval Research Laboratory, and we have two universities, the University of Wisconsin at Madison, the University of Arizona, and in Europe, we have the Erasmus Mundus, the European Commission Erasmus Mundus, the University of Bremen in Germany, and we have in Italy the Consiglio Nazionale della Ricerca, or the National Research Council of Italy. Thank you very much for listening to my talk.
Central Mindanao University, the academic paradise of the South, is a research state university located in the heart of Mindanao Island in the province of Bukidnon, Philippines. It was founded in 1910 and is considered to be one of the oldest premier universities in the southern Philippines. CMU is recognized by Commission on Higher Education as the Center of Excellence in the field of agriculture, forestry, veterinary medicine, and biology, and Center of Development in Mathematics, Environmental Science, and Teacher Education. In 2017, CMU became the first higher education institution in Mindanao to be awarded Institutional Accreditation Level 2 by the Accrediting Agency of Chartered Colleges and Universities in the Philippines. CMU has a total land area of 3,080 hectares. Year 2013, the BS Physics program of CMU was granted by CHED and made CMU the 5th university in Mindanao to offer the said program. The Physics Department has already produced the first batch of BS Physics graduates last June 2017 with a total of 9 graduates, an additional of 16 graduates as of mid-year 2019, and 11 more students last June 2020. Observing strictly the CHED policies and guidelines on its offering, the department is committed in contributing the pool of physicists and educators in the region and the country. We are dedicated in producing BS Physics graduates with research specialization in the fields of agriculture, forestry, and environmental science. In the early years, the discipline of physics was only part of the Department of Physical Sciences. Then, from this department arose the Department of Chemistry, Mathematics, and Physics. Physics department back then was only a service department offering physics courses as required in other programs. The department from the early years had only 4 faculty members until the increase of demand for physics courses among colleges consequently increased its faculty members. Today, the department has 10 faculty members with 2 members who are on study leave. All of the faculty members are committed in sharing their knowledge and expertise with their students and actively involved in conducting research and extension activities. They have CMU and DOST-funded research and extension activities. These faculty members are Ruel N. Baybayon, MS Physics, specializing in theoretical physics. Cecilia O. Bucayo, PhD in Physics Education. Catherine M. Emphasis, MS Physics, specializing in Material Science. Roger Joseph L. Lacuptan, MS Physics, specializing in Computational Physics. Hazel Marie D. Paculba, MS Physics, specializing in Material Science. Lotis R. Rasinis, PhD Physics candidate in DLSU Manila, specializing in supercapacitor. Normie Jean B. Sahor, PhD Physics candidate in DLSU Manila, specializing in nanomaterials. Bienvenido M. Butanes Jr., PhD Physics candidate in UP Diliman, specializing in theoretical physics. Lloyd Alan T. Cabaño, MS Physics, ongoing in MSU IIT, specializing in materials science. Christine Adele R. Yuson, PhD in nanotechnology, which is ongoing in AIT, specializing in nanotechnology. The department has already produced a total of 28 BS Physics graduates since 2017. Most of these graduates are either working in the private or government sector or pursuing an advanced degree. The department has also established links to the Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical and Astronomical Services Administration, or PAGASA, the University of the Philippines Diliman, Cancer Centers, among others for their internships. We are sincerely thankful to these partners for inspiring our students and for boosting their morale in the field. Although the department has meager resources, we still manage to establish humble laboratories such as material science, computational, and theoretical laboratories, which become the niche for our students. As of the moment, our graduates have been pursuing advanced degrees at MSU IIT, UST, and UPD, while others are on their return service as DepEd teachers. The department has also managed to link with the Bukidnon Physics Society with its marching aspiration to promote physics education not only in the Bukidnon and Mindanao areas but to the entire country as a whole. When pandemic struck the country, our collaboration with the Bukidnon Physics Society has soared even higher as we initiated the Physics Meetup, which is a series of online conversations with invited speakers in the different fields of physics. The goal primarily is to bring international experts within the reach of college and high school students, physics teachers, and physics enthusiasts. We are humbled even more because the physics department, together with the Bukidnon Physics Society, has managed to partner with Pinoy scientists led by Dr. Reyna Reyes and Ms. Cami Navarro and the Earth Shaker founded by Mr. Ralph Abaenza through the Physics Meetup, which attracted more participants in previous sessions. Both organizations have been incredible in making science inclusive and inspiring. As of our last physics meetup session, we managed to amass physics students in various organizations of Mindanao, namely, the Kapisanan ng mga mag-aaral sa Pisika of MSU IIT, the Physics Student Society of WIMSU, the Science Education Society and Physics Society of CMU, the Society of Physics Students of MSU Marawi, the Einstein Society of PNU Mindanao, the Science Educators Guild of CSU. So far, we already had 13 successful sessions and counting. Currently, to comply with the CHED Memorandum Number 04 Series of 2020 regarding the pandemic and flexible learning of students, we managed to create a physics studio where we shoot our lectures and upload them to our CMU Physics YouTube channel and deliver a wide range of physics in all fields to our students. Although CMU Physics YouTube channel was recently founded sometime in September this year, it did not hinder us to reach globally, as it has reached loyal foreign views and subscribers in Singapore and India. This data boosts the spirit of the physics department in Central Mindanao University to think and act globally, to aid not only the Philippines in imparting physics concepts and lectures, but also to our neighboring countries. These were the humble highlights of the existence of Central Mindanao University Physics Department. Daghang salamat and mabuhay! The Department of Physics of CMU would like to thank the SPP organization for the invitation and opportunity to promote our existence in the humble province of Bukidnon. Likewise, we thank the CMU PRIO for helping us secure photos and videos of different spots of CMU.
Try to share my screen first. I hope everybody can see my presentation.
Yes.
Thank you very much once again for the introduction, and to Dr. Almoro and Dr. Consing. Thank you for inviting me to this 38th SPP Congress. Pleasant good afternoon to everyone. The DeLa University is a leading learner-centered and research university, bridging faith and scholarship, attuned to the sustainable earth and in the service of church and society, especially the poor and the marginalized. We are a private Catholic university founded by the Brothers of Christian Schools in 1911. Our university is currently 11,500 undergraduate, 5,000 graduate students, and 500 international students. We have 1,285 teaching faculty, and we have campuses in Manila, Bonifacio Global City, Makati Business District, and in Laguna. The DLSU Physics Department in particular offers 5 graduate programs, 5 undergraduate programs, and 3 double degree programs. Our team consists of 16 full-time faculty, 21 part-time faculty, and 3 academic service faculty. So based on our latest enrollment, we have 46 active graduate students and 262 undergraduate students. Our Bachelor of Science in Physics program has 4 tracks, namely Material Science, Medical Instrumentation, minor in Finance, and minor in Economics. In addition, we also offer a BS Pre-Med Physics program that is geared to prepare students for careers in the medical and other health professions. As part of our curriculum design process, the department consulted with various stakeholders and benchmarked with top universities. The result are programs that are outcomes-based and aim to mold our Lasalians to become critical thinkers, good communicators, creative, and collaborative. The elective courses and specialization courses that you see, including the projects and theses, are designed to be interdisciplinary as well. So as an example, the specialization courses in material science now have emphasis on nanotechnology, energy, sensors, and biosensor materials. The specialization courses under the medical instrumentation track are aimed to train and prepare students to develop and work on materials and devices that will make medical practice easier and efficient. On the other hand, minor in physics and finance programs have the students take courses in order to gain knowledge and training in physics, stochastic methods, complex systems, economic forecasting, and financial management, among others. This will enable them to understand and solve problems involving complex phenomena of economics and finance. So we have 3 Master of Programs and a dual Master's program with Liverpool Hope University. The Master in Physics program was designed to produce competent manpower to fill the demands of the industry, the academe, and research and development. The research fields of our faculty are found below. We range from astronomy, theoretical physics, to material science and complex systems. The Master in Physics program, on the other hand, aims to hone the skills of physics teachers. It aims to produce graduates who have concrete understanding of the fundamental physical principles and techniques. It is a non-thesis program, but with comprehensive exam. Our MS Applied Physics program is relatively new, so it aims to hone the skills of our students. It gives a good balance of theoretical experimental courses, combining core physics and applied physics specialties. So this allows the students to venture into multidisciplinary fields. The dual master's program, the one on the right, is with Liverpool Hope University. This is a product of our initial research collaborations with the said university. So the students in the program have the choice of taking either MSc in data science, robotics engineering, or ecology and environmental engineering at Liverpool Hope University. So their first year is spent here at DLSU, and the second year is at Liverpool Hope University. So these are our PhD programs. So the regular PhD program is a 3-year curriculum. It is designed to be learner-centered and research-oriented. So 80% of the total units that the students take in the regular PhD program are focused on research and dissertation work. While in the straight PhD program, the students take 18 units of core academic courses in addition to the research-based courses common to the regular PhD program. Then we also have the dual degree program with Osaka University. Graduates of the program receive a PhD in physics and a PhD in engineering degree. So the curriculum is similar to our regular PhD program, but it involves a 2-year exchange period at the Osaka University in Japan. So likewise, the double degree PhD physics program with the National Sun Yat-sen University involves 2 years at TLSU and another 2 years at National Sun Yat-sen University, Taiwan. So for both double degree programs, students from DLSU conduct research under the guidance of their professor at Osaka or at NSYSU in collaboration with his or her advisor at DLSU. So just briefly, so these are some of our common facilities. We have the Learning Commons. It's the big building, and we see building that you see along Taft. And we have several computer laboratories. Our research facilities are located both at Manila campus, and we also have a new one at the Laguna campus. So it was also mentioned a while ago that we can maybe share our experiences on the new normal. So for DeLa Salle, we are using Canvas as our platform for online learning. And for physics, all of our lecture classes are full online. Some of our undergraduate laboratory courses are also delivered full online. So for example, for mechanics and waves and optics lab, we have our students use their smartphones, sensors, to acquire and record data. and to perform the experiments. And then for circuits and electronics lab, we also designed hands-on experiments. So mainly it's breadboarding, but it requires the student to purchase the materials and supplies. And if you have any other questions on our faculty, our programs, I'm open for questions. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. So I am Dr. Ernest Macalalad from the Mapúa University. Actually, I'm a graduate of DeLa Salle University in Manila during my Master's and Bachelor of Science in Physics a few years ago. Okay, so Mapúa University has been founded by Don Tomas Mapúa in 1925. He is the first. Yes.
So you're just presenting the first slide.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
yes, sir. Okay. So the Don Tomas Mapúa was the first registered architect in the Philippines, and since then, the Mapúa University is the Philippines' premier engineering and technological university. Okay. So since the start of the pandemic and years before that, our university has invested a lot on online education. So we have utilized digital technologies for learning and instruction, particularly Blackboard Learn, as our main learning management system. And from that, we were able to conduct synchronous online classes even before the pandemic started, as well as during the pandemic. So with this, let me introduce to you our department. So the Department of Physics is originally a servicing department, catering the physics courses of the engineering programs and non-engineering programs of the university. Okay, so Sir Dante Sauquillo is the chair of our department, and I'm currently the faculty in charge of the Bachelor of Science in Physics. Okay, just to give you an idea of what our department looks like. So the department by the numbers. So currently we have 11 full-time faculty members, 4 of which have PhDs, 4 are PhD candidates, 4 have master's degree holders. We have 4 academic programs, 1 pure Bachelor of Science in Physics, and 3 double degree programs. Okay, so our programs is very young. So we just started, we reopened our program in 2016 with an initial number of students with 7. And currently we have 2 established research groups, which I'm going to talk about later. And since 2016, we already had 6 alumni, 4 graduated with a pure BS Physics degree, and 2 of them having a double degree with material science and engineering. Now, these are the faculty members of the department. So these are the main faculty members that handles the BS Physics program. That is currently handling the professional courses in physics. So again, I'm Ernest Macalalad. So I specialize in space physics, atmospheric physics, and remote sensing. Dr. Gabino specializes on optics and nanomaterials. Dr. Gamag specializes in condensed matter and physics, and together with Dr. Baldo, they head the condensed matter physics group. We also have 2 PhD candidates in environmental engineering, Engineer DeLeon and Engineer Dimaunan, which is a candidate of electronics and engineering PhD program, both in Mapúa University. And these are the rest of our faculty members. So we have, as I mentioned earlier, we have 4 physics programs. So we have a pure single degree program, which is ideally can be finished in 3 years in a quarter system. So in Mapúa, we have 4 terms in a school year. So in a school year, so that means for a single degree program, it will only take 12 quarters or 12 terms to finish the Bachelor of Science in Physics. Okay, so this is one of the 3 private universities in Metro Manila that offers a full BS Physics program. And together with the strong engineering program of Mapúa University, we are offering double degree programs. So that means the undergraduate students will receive 2 undergraduate diplomas. So with physics and electronics and engineering, physics and electrical engineering, physics and material science and engineering. Okay, so all these 3 double degree programs can be finished in 4 years and 1 quarter. Okay, so this is the only school in the country that offers this variety of double degree programs in the undergraduate level. By the way, all the partner engineering programs, namely the electronics engineering, electrical engineering, and material science and engineering, are all ABET accredited. So if you finish this one of these 3 double degrees, you are now entitled to take the board exam in the US, because the electronics, electrical, and material science and engineering programs are all ABET accredited. So right now, since we started the school year, we have 83 active physics majors. So we are a small program, as you can see. So currently, we have 25 of our students are pure BS Physics degree, and the rest are double degree students. So these are some of our students. So this is the batch 2018. And this is one of our activities before, where we were visited by a academician, Dr. Muriel. And this picture was taken last year when we hosted the 21st SPBN National Physics Conference. And this is one of our last few get-togethers during this pandemic. So these are some of our BS Physics features. So just like in the other physics program, we offer this variety of core physics courses. So general physics and modern physics, computational physics, classical mechanics, electromagnetic theory, quantum mechanics, photonics, statistical mechanics, and mathematical physics. And aside from these physics courses, we also offer some advanced physics electives like astronomy and astrophysics, advanced mathematical physics, space physics, complex systems, biophysics, superconductors, particle physics, among others. And during this pandemic, Mapúa University has initiated these 2 options for our students, which will be applicable from here on. So the students have 2 choices for their learning. First is they have a digital choice. So that means it is a combination of offline and online platforms. So namely, they can consume their learning materials to ebooks, journals, and some courseware available offline. While during online, we use our learning management system called the Cardinal Edge, powered by Blackboard. And this contains online resources, synchronous classes, as well as asynchronous classes. Okay, if the student actually likes to have some face-to-face classes with their professors, they could opt to enroll in a flipped learning environment, wherein it is a combination of an online and a face-to-face classes. Of course, provided that the government will allow face-to-face classes already. But this mode of learning, these 2 modes of learning, as initiated by Mapúa University, will be applicable starting this school year. Okay, and together with these instructional initiatives, we also have initiated some research activities in the university and in the departments. So currently, we have 2 established research groups, namely the Space and Environment and Atmospheric Research Group, headed by me, and the Condensed Matter Research Group, headed by Dr. Gamag and Dr. Baldo. And soon, hopefully, we will be able to open or establish an optics and optical materials group, as well as an instrumentation group in the coming years. And even if we are a very young program, we have already provided our students some opportunities or exposure to various scientific activities such as attending conferences. So one of which is the attendance to this conference, SPP. We also attend the SPBM as well as other national and international conferences locally. We also provide our students international experience by offering them opportunities to have trainings abroad through international schools or workshop and through international cultural and academic exposure. We also provide our students some opportunities to do their laboratory work or experiments or research abroad and attend conferences abroad as well. So that's it. So this is Mapúa University, and I would like to also offer this information that we are already open for applicants. So if you are interested in our program, you can visit our website or just contact me. That's my email address, epmakalalad@mapua.edu.ph. Okay, thank you very much for your time and for the opportunity to present our physics program.
Just Gambhi from MSU IAT, Department of Physics. First, I would like to congratulate the organizers for having such a wonderful conference. I want to begin by talking about the history of my department, which was established in 1968. In 1978, we started with the School of Science and Mathematics by Dr. Remehiotti, which was our first dean, was actually a theoretical physicist from University of Colorado. Then we changed from school to College of Science and Mathematics, with physics as one of the original 4 departments. And in 1997, the CHED granted award for physics in the Center of Excellence in Physics. Well, the physics program in MSIT has actually 3 major fields, 3 major programs: the BS Physics, the MS Physics, and the PhD Physics. The BS Physics is 4 years with 157 units, and MS Physics is 2 years with 37 units, and the PhD Physics is 3 years full-time. Currently, the number of students that we have for the physics program for first semester is that we have 138 students, 45 students for the MS, and 22 students for the PhD Physics. If you look at this figure here, majority of our students are scholars, and this scholarship is provided by the USD. In the MS, they have the 87% USD scholar, and the PhD is 62% scholars. Now, what happens to our students when they graduate? Well, majority of our students for the BS Physics is that they proceed to graduate studies. They proceed to masters. There are some percentage wherein they go to industry and business. And for the graduate studies, the MS and PhD, again, half, 50%, they proceed to, or they go back to their universities, establishing their own department of physics and their own laboratory. And if you look at here, we have 30% of the proceeding towards the graduate studies. So these are basically MS students proceeding to PhD in physics. Now, what do we give in support to our students? Well, as you can see here, we created this setup we're in for the BS Physics. They have their own undergraduate coordinators, undergraduate society advisor, and year-level advisors. And for the graduate MS and PhD, they have their own graduate coordinator and graduate society advisor, and laboratory coordinators for the 3 major labs. Basically, they operate in such a way that they assist the student in preparing their courses for the next semester and handling different sorts of problems. Now, for the faculty profile for this semester, we have 24 active faculty members, with 6 of them currently on study leave, and they are doing their PhD. They're trying to obtain their PhDs. And for the 24, majority, again, are PhD holders, with 10 MS holders. If we look at the PhD distribution, majority of these faculty are from international universities, such as Japan, France, USA, Taiwan, and New Zealand. And with that, it has also created a diversity in terms of specialization, such as high energy physics, ceramic processes, treatments, electronics engineering, particle physics, radiation physics, electronics and electrical engineering and automation, and material science engineering. An effect of this also is that, when they come back, they also bring back international collaborators, which is typically from the universities where they have graduated. So it really enhanced the research work of the department. Now, as mentioned earlier, we have three major laboratories: the Mindanao Radiation Physics Center, which was originally known as the High Energy Physics, the Material Science Laboratory, and the Soft Matter Biophysics Laboratory. Well, this lab basically, they operate in such a way that they assist the students when they are doing their thesis or dissertation or other forms of research. So basically, they are exposed to different equipment such as scanning electron microscopes, FTIR, UVs, and so much more. And currently, we're expanding our equipment so that they will have much more diverse in terms of the usage in doing their analysis and their thesis work. Now, I want to talk about the original laboratory because I cannot explain all the labs, so I'm going to focus on one lab. So the original lab is originally known as the High Energy Physics. This was actually established by Dr. Angelina Bacala. It is in collaboration with Japan and the High Energy Physics of Niigata University. And it all started in 1990s. And in 1995, there were some donation to this lab, and from there, they were able to produce 15 MS graduate under the CHED-MAEP program. And a lot of those faculty members, those graduates proceed to higher degree, like PhD. And in 1998, they made huge leaps with collaborations such as the Carleton University in Canada, Max Planck Instrumentation in Germany. And in 2016, they changed their name from High Energy Physics to Mindanao Radiation Physics Center, which basically expands their application to medical. And presently, they're in collaboration with some French university through Dr. Maratas. The lab is actually 25 plus years of experience, and it is the only laboratory with high energy physics experts. They have contribution in International Linear Collider and contribution in Circular Collider of CERN. Now, physics in the time of COVID. As you know, COVID has really affected all of us. And this is especially true for our students who are pursuing their degree despite the situation. So the university actually applied this kind of method wherein we categorize our students into three. Category 1 is basically the least access, or for this case, no access to online technology tools, but they have smartphones. And category 2 is limited access, and category 3, they have full access. If you look at the right side, you have the graph here, the pie chart here. We're lucky that our BS Physics the BS Physics students are in C2, but sadly, we still have some students who are in C1. So how do we deal with this one? Aside from synchronous and asynchronous, we also apply digital module, recorded lectures, conference calls, and submission of outputs through courier. So we have this approach, and so far I think it's working, but we still don't know what will happen in the final months. Now, despite the pandemic, the Department of Physics is still quite active, such as the online physics colloquium, or what we call Lignayan talks. So this is actually held twice a month, wherein this one is we invite speakers from different fields all over the world. And if you want to know more, you can look us up using this website here. We also have the Physics Brain Competition. This is designed for the grassroots, basically the high school students, wherein they participate in competition, and we try to show them the different works here in IIT. And now, currently, we have the 2020 SPPM Convirtualization, which started actually last Saturday. So it is hosted by three collaborations: MSU IIT, Diliman University, and Mapúa University. And for more info, you can check this website here. Well, that's it. Thank you for listening. And if you want to know more about our department, you can email me through this csm.physics@g.msuiid.edu.ph. Thank you very much for listening, and God bless.
Assalamualaikum and a very pleasant afternoon to all. I'm Hamdi Mohidin Bara, a faculty member of the physics department. So I'm here to share some information regarding our department. But first, let me show you some pictures of our campus. To those who have yet to visit our school, here are some pictures. Wow. It's overlooking Lanao Lake. Okay, so a brief history of our department. So it is both a service and a degree granting department of the Mindanao State University, Marawi, under the College of Natural Sciences and Mathematics. So the BS Physics program was instituted in 1965 with the aim of providing quality training and education to students pursuing a degree in physics. So during that time, only MSU Marawi was offering such kind of program in the entire Mindanao. But of course today, the physics community in Mindanao have grown. For the Master of Science in Physics, the program was revived in 2014 in recognition of the need to promote wider access to higher education in physics. And since August last year, our graduate students have the opportunity to become graduate scholars under the Science and Technology Regional Alliance for National Development, or Project Grant of the DOST-ECI. So for our faculty profile, here the composition. So currently we have 21 faculty members, 9 of which are PhD holders, 7 are MS Physics holders, and the rest are on study leave. So 2 are doing their PhD and 3 are doing their MS Physics degree. And some of our faculty members are occupying some higher offices, like Dr. Florencio Recoleto Jr., who is the Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs of MSU Marawi. And our Dean is also from our department, Dr. Henry P. Arenga. Our chairperson is Dr. Kaironisa Dulpina. And here are some faculty members. So I'm Hamdi Mohidin Bara. My research field is on material science. And here are my colleagues. Okay, so for our specialization, so 5 are specialized in material science. Some are doing biomedical physics, photonics, theoretical physics, granular physics, image processing, and semiconductor. Okay, so in the research area, we have 2 established laboratories. We have the theoretical physics lab headed by Dr. Henry P. Arenga, and our optoelectronics lab headed by Dr. Florencio Recoleto Jr. Now we also have upcoming laboratories. So just last year, we received an IDP grant from DOST, and the construction of our new building was finished last year. So this building will house new laboratories such as the granular physics lab, material science lab, photonics, and the semiconductor lab. So here are some linkages. We have a linkage with the UP Diliman, the DOST ECI, and ON Semiconductor Philippines. So we have 2 academic programs. First, the Bachelor of Science in Physics, which is a 4-year degree program, and students should finish 157 units with a practicum of 120 hours and a thesis to complete the program for the degree. And in Master of Science in Physics, a 2-year degree program for full-time students. They should finish 37 units and defend a thesis. So undergraduate students can apply of the following scholarship: MSU Academic Scholarship, DOST Scholarship, and the DOST Bangon Marawi. As for our master's students, they can apply for DOST Strand and Graduate Teaching Assistantship. So here's the trend for the BS Physics course in terms of the number of enrollees. So the decrease in the number of enrollees in 2017 and 2018 is due to the Marawi siege as well as the effect of the K-12 program of the DepEd. For our masters in physics, so far we have produced 4 MS Physics graduates. So all of them are working in the academe. So one in Adamson University, one in Caragas State University, and the rest, the 2 of them are working here in Mindanao State University. So due to the pandemic, here are some challenges that we have faced. Number 1, teaching physics online. And the strategies that we employed are the following. So we use Google Classroom as our main learning management system. Then we prepared modules and study guides, PowerPoint presentations, videos, and we constantly monitor our students through assessments and evaluations. Another problem is on the technical side, like poor internet connection. So that's why we conduct synchronous and asynchronous classes. Now, the next one is the suspension of the holding of laboratory classes. So this is a bit of a big problem for us. So we cannot offer courses or subjects that are laboratory intensive. So right now, the department is discussing some options, some schemes and proposals that we can forward to the administration. And the carrying out of research experiments, again, because of the Marawi City and Lanao del Sur, or where MSU is currently under modified enhanced community quarantine. So movement is very limited, and most of our students and faculty members are living not in Marawi, so in nearby provinces. So that's why it's a bit difficult for us to carry our experiments. So again, the department is still discussing some solutions to this problem. Although some students that were supposed to do experimental studies opted to change their topic, like some are doing simulation studies instead. So that's all. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
We would like to introduce to everyone our Bachelor in Science Education with specialization in physics. If some of you would recall, prior to this, we had the Bachelor of Science in Physics for Teachers, which became the forerunner of this particular program. The Bachelor in Science Education with specialization in physics is aligned with the outcomes-based teacher education curriculum of the Philippine Normal University that aims to develop teachers strong in content, grounded in the discipline, and equipped with PCK to be able to teach properly in the changing times. This is the revised Bachelor in Science Education framework for OBTEC 2.0. And when it comes to the specialization outcomes, you can actually browse that this program is unique because apart from content and inquiry processes, it's actually integrated with PCK courses. This is the summary of courses for the BSI Physics program. If you will notice, the total number of units is 190. And these are the core courses. I would like to highlight that we have 2 research subjects, 1 summer internship, which is an internship for laboratory or outside of the university partner institutions, as well as Integrated Science 1 and 2, which covers the demands for teaching in the basic education. We also have the major courses which range from fundamentals of physics to modern as well as contemporary physics, including quantum physics. In the implementation of the Object Beside Physics program, we are actually using inquiry-based teaching and learning activities, use of IT-based instruction, demo teaching activities, PBL, scientific investigations aligned with design thinking, and performance-based assessments. Our students are able to research among the following specific aspects or domains: physics applications and integrations, pedagogy and instruction, science educational assessments, and emerging science educational technologies. There are some of our students who actually participate in internationalization programs, such as the Asia Summer Program, the Sea Teacher Project, and the Sakura Science Program.
An interesting feature of the Bachelor in Science and Physics program of PNU is its two-pronged practicum programs. We have a science internship program and practice teaching. The practicum in science is taken during the junior level of the students. Students spend 150 hours of practicum in a partner institution. Next, sir. The following are some of the partners of PNU in the past 3 years that we have implemented the science internship program. We had Salle University, National Institute of Physics, different DOST institutions. We had UP Med, Nexperia, the Mine Museum, Adamson University, and Sisters of Mary. As for the teaching part of the practicum of the students, we have two practice teaching courses for the students. Practice teaching 01 is taken in the laboratory school of the university, and practice teaching 2 is taken outside of the university in partner DepEd schools. The practice teaching programs are taken during the last 2 terms of the students. Each of the courses is 108 hours long. And once again, PTO1 is taken in the university and PTO2 is taken outside of the university with partner institutions, DepEd institutions. We also have the program-based organization of the University for Physics Majors, the PNU Society for the Advancement of Physics Education. As you can see on the screen, we had several activities that promotes camaraderie among our students. We also had seminars, workshops. We had physical laro. We also have ALAP, which helped students craft interesting programs for year-long activities of the organization. Next, sir. Ayan. Our official Facebook page, pabalik po, sir. Ayan. Is shown in this slide. You can contact our organization via that Gmail account flashed on the screen.
Okay, the Design Physics program is a fairly new program wherein we only have 3 graduates yet. The first entry of the students in the Design Physics program started at 2014. So our first graduates were on 2018. 51 students started, but only 32 was able to finish the program and 30 of them have already passed the licensure exam. The second batch also started with 50 students and 45 of them graduated on time, with 29 students passing the licensure exam. The most recent graduates in 2020 started with 16 students because these were the students who were involved or who were the transition students when the K-12 program started. And of the 16, 14 students were able to graduate on time. We now have a total of 94 graduates of the Design Physics program. So we surveyed these 94 graduates and we had 50% return rate of the survey. Of the students who answered, they had shared that they were able to look for employment in less than a month. However, there were 17% who did not apply for work, and these were also the very same students who applied for graduate studies. Now, the employed students were part of the school. So the nature of the school affiliation were 23 of them are employed in private school, while 9 of them are employed in a public school. So those who are teaching, their grade level assignments ranges from elementary to senior high when they are in the basic education, and 2 of the graduates are teaching in the higher education. Sometimes these students were teaching in more than one grade level, such as elementary and junior high, or sometimes if they are in a private school, they would also teach in the senior high. We also have students who are not teaching. Okay. Then a few. So 7 students were able to pursue advanced studies. Most of them are pursuing physics advanced studies, either in physics education or pure physics courses. According to the students, the most beneficial features of the program were their pedagogical content knowledge courses and integrated science subjects, which further helped them in their teaching and in the basic education. Lastly, teaching in the new normal entails everyone, including us, in the Philippine Normal University to make use of different strategies and technologies in order to adapt to these new challenges. We were given the opportunity to make use of efficient EPNU learning management system. We also provided the students with toolkits and modules that they can use asynchronously. We also have simulations and virtual laboratories, and if we do synchronous sessions, we tried our best to do it interactively. So the following, we currently have 10 physics professors, either full-time in the Faculty of Science, Technology, and Mathematics, or adjunct in the other departments of the university. That is all. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon to all. First of all, I would like to thank the organizer of the SPP for inviting our university to present our BS Physics program in your 38th annual conference and convention. A little information about our university. UNP is considered to be the oldest state university north of Manila, having been founded on June 19, 1965, by virtue of RA 4449, authored by Congressman Toro Escasologo. The Bachelor of Science in Physics was first offered in 1982. The program is based on CHED Memorandum Order number 20 series of 2007, otherwise known as the Minimum Policies and Standards for Bachelor of Science in Physics and Bachelor of Science in Applied Physics. Every 3 years, CHED Region 1 is visiting our school to see whether the policies and standards are being followed. The latest certificate of program compliance was issued on March 4, 2020 by the regional CHED office, effective academic year 2019-2020. The program outcomes, I think this is too numerous, so I'll just flash my screen. Because I think universities offering the BS Physics program have a more or less common program outcomes. Now, this is our curriculum. The general education courses are based on CMO number 20, series of 2013. So we have a total of 39 units for our general education courses. For the allied courses, we have the chemistry and research methodology for a total of 13 units. And for mathematics and mathematical physics core subjects, we have these following subjects. We have Calculus 1 and Calculus 2. And then we have differential equations, Mathematics Physics 1 and Mathematics Physics 2. And then these are the core courses. So I think we have the same core courses compared to other universities. So we have the General Physics series, Theoretical Mechanics, Electromagnetic Theory, Modern Physics, Optics, Electronics, Statistical and Thermal Physics, Advanced Laboratory, Quantum Mechanics, Computational Methods, and Solid State Physics. We have a problem here in our Advanced Laboratory because we really lack the apparatuses that are needed to do advanced physics experiments. And then we have the physics electives. We have the experimental physics and instrumentation, nuclear physics, physics of energy, and physics and society. And then, as usual, we have the physics education and the physics seminar. And then we have the special projects. So we have this thesis writing and on-the-job training or internship. And then we have the mandated courses, physical education, and MSTP. So to summarize our subject offerings, we have 39 units for general education, allied courses, 13 units, mathematics and mathematical physics course, 19, and then the core courses, a total of 50 units, physics electives, 12 units, 3 electives, 6 units, special projects, 6 units, and the other courses, a total of 159 units. Now, we have the program highlights. The program is content noted by CHED, as I mentioned a while back, and we are COPC certified. The program is accredited level 4 phase 1 by the Accrediting Agency for Chartered Colleges and Universities of the Philippines, or the AAPO. Now, some faculty members pursue graduate studies at NIT Diliman. So we have 2 faculty members who finished MA Physics at the National Institute of Physics in the person of Dr. Obrero and Dr. Cadorna, Erwin. Most of the faculty members are PhD in science education, major in physics. The program is supported by the CHED and DOST scholarships. So we have also students who are under DOST scholarships. Yung mga nag-graduate po ng high school and they apply for DOST scholarships, and very few of them hope to pursue BS Physics here in UNP. Most of them go to NIP because, especially so, the graduates of the Philippine Science High School, because we have Philippine Science High School here in Ilocos region, and it is situated just in the other town, in Salle, Ildefonso. The university also offers BS Physics scholarship to deserving students. And then our students go to NIP for summer training or internship. So I think that is a continuing program, but because of the COVID, it is temporarily discontinued. Now, UNP is the only state university that offers BS Physics program in Region 1. And this may provide a window for some opportunities. There is a strong partnership with Philippine Consortium of Science, Mathematics, and Technology. And one of our students is the president of the student chapter. Now, this Philippine Consortium of Science, Mathematics, and Technology is a consortium among the state universities and colleges in the Philippines. Faculty members conduct research and publish in refereed or index journals. But since hindi pa masyadong advanced yung mga research namin, almost our research focus on education research. Now, faculty members are members in various physics and research societies, like SPP and PPS. Now, for our facilities, we cannot show you so much. In reality, we do not have any advanced laboratory yet. I hope in the future we will have one. So we have this Physics Learning Center, which is exclusive for BS Physics students. And the center contains some multimedia devices and desktop computers that are used by our students in their computational physics class and in electronics also. For our laboratory apparatuses, we have several PASCO apparatuses that we use in mechanics, optics, thermodynamics, and simple spectral analysis experiments. We have also software for simulations like the LP Spice for electronics na nakuha ko pa noon sa MIT when I was studying there. Now, most of the thesis topics of the students focus on improvisation of laboratory apparatuses and measuring devices. So I would like to emphasize here at this point, we really do not have yet research facilities, and I hope this can be an opportunity for collaboration with other universities that offers the BS Physics program. So sana po mayroong university na makakakita sa amin dito sa UNP at makakapag-offer ng collaboration so that our students can also do more advanced thesis or research. Now, for extracurricular activities of our students join in national and regional physics fair, physics Olympics, invention competitions, and research congress. We also have this Physics Talindunong, a sustainable extension project which we extend to a remote national high school of our province. And then our students are officers and active members of student organizations, either accredited or mandated organization. Now, our graduates, most of our graduates become physics teachers. Some of them are in MMSU or Mariano Marcos State University in Ilocos Norte, in Lawag, in Batak. And then in Philippine Science High School, Region 1 campus, halos po lahat ng physics teacher doon sa Philippine Science High School are our graduates. And some of our graduates also have already made it in the United States of America. So they are teachers in senior high schools there in America. Now, our graduates who are faculty of MMSU are now pursuing MS Meteorology in UP Diliman, and they will comprise the BS Meteorology faculty in MMSU later. Several of our graduates are employed in the DOST main office. And we are happy to inform the group that a batch, I think batch to 2016, some of them pursued MS Physics at NIT. And I think 5 or 4 of them are now pursuing PhD in physics. Actually, some of them will be presenting later. And then our pride, Dr. Eric Galapon is now a professor there at NIT. And then we have also Dr. Mario Obrero, the present faculty union of the University of Northern Philippines. And he is also the former vice president for academic affairs. And the most distinguished graduate, Dr. Erwin Cadorna, who is the present president of the University of Northern Philippines. Now, our strategies during this pandemic, just like the other universities, we are implementing this flexible distance learning. And depending on the internet connection of our students, they can have this synchronous or asynchronous mode of learning. For the synchronous mode, faculty usually use Google Meet, Messenger Room, or Zoom. And for this asynchronous mode, some of our faculty members were able to prepare modules before we started our classes last September. But most of us just upload video lectures coming from the internet, and then we assign home activities to our students. Now, we also use learning management systems like Google Classroom and Schoology. Now, for my concluding remarks, because our BS Physics program is just parang nag-i-start pa lang, although it started in 1982. BS Physics program can provide capable physics teachers who are much needed in the senior high school. And our graduates can pursue graduate studies up to the PhD level. I think that's all. I thank you very much.
So I'm the new physics coordinator of the College of Science and at the University of Santo Tomas. I just started this term, basically. I was taking over this position from Silverio, who had it for many years. She's actually a physics coordinator. Before our program started, she was already physics coordinator. Okay, she was actually the one who developed the whole program. I took it over because she is now retiring. Okay, so I will present our, see. Are my slides moving?
Not yet. I'm just seeing the first slide.
Yes. Some reason. Oh, no. Okay. I have to click on the screen. Now I know. Okay. I learned something new. So that's the outline. I want to, we have two programs. I want to talk about our Bachelor of Science in Applied Physics program, major in instrumentation from the College of Science, and the Master of Science in Applied Physics, major in medical physics program. Okay. Actually, the master program is older than the bachelor program. And then I want to also talk about the research at our university. I will also introduce the Research Center for Natural and Applied Sciences, where our physics research is also done. Okay, our College of Science, the dean is also, since this year, Ray Done Papa, and we have a regent, Father Coronel, and we have 4 departments: Department of Biology, Department of Chemistry, Department of Mathematics and Physics, and the Department of Psychology. Okay, so physics is together with mathematics. Still, there are plans to have a separate department, but this is for future. So this is for our department. So our chair of the Department of Mathematics and Physics is Enrico Yambao, and I'm the new physics coordinator of the Department of Mathematics and Physics. We offer 2 programs, one in applied mathematics, major in actuarial science, and Bachelor of Science in Applied Physics, major in instrumentation. Both are 4-year programs with a thesis at the end. They have to defend a thesis. For our BS Applied Physics major in instrumentation, the program started in 2002, It was originally collaboration with Ateneo de Manila University. They assisted the College of Science to start a physics program. College of Science, they had a long time ago, they had a physics program, but it kind of died out. Okay, and was now revived in 2002. And we already produced 17 batches of graduates. So usually always around 20, sometimes more, 20 to 25 students every year, except last year and also this year, we don't have fourth year students because of the K-12 transition. Okay, this is a problem. So we did not offer the program for 2 years because there were not many applicants. We are level 1 accredited for PACOCOA, and actually this year was planned to have level 2, but because of Corona, it was cancelled, and we are compliant with the JET Technical Panel for Physics. So this is our these are our faculty members. Okay, the University of Santo Tomas was kind of reorganized recently. So all the colleges in the past, they had their own physics teachers. Now they were all transferred to our department. So we have now more manpower. Okay. First, Ma'am Silverio, she's officially retired, but she's still teaching. That's why I included her. So she's basically the founder of the program, the one who designed the program. And her specialty is applied physics. And the second one, that's me, Bernhard Eckwolf. My specialty is computational physics. So I'm doing biophysics, actually computer simulations of proteins and things like that. And then Loreto Huilar, he was transferred from another college to our department. His specialty is physics education. Then JTO, he was originally from pharmacy. He was transferred from pharmacy. He's a medical physicist from our medical physics program, actually. Then Daniel Vicario, he is also a medical physicist, and he was now in Germany. He was sent to Germany, just came back to do research there and to do his PhD. He's now about to finish his PhD thesis. And also Tristan Simbulan, he's actually by training an engineer, but he's also now in Taiwan doing his PhD in physics, specialty nanoelectronics. Then Ian Estayan, he is one of our young faculty members, one of our instructors. His specialty is biophysics. And Greg De Leon, also one of our young faculty members. His specialty, he also did his master's thesis in Taiwan. Specialty is particle physics. Okay, we actually cover quite a broad variety of physics specialties. Okay, so now the graduate school. So we have a graduate school program which is actually older than the undergraduate program. The undergraduate program was designed as a feeder program for the graduate school program. And the dean is Professor Vasco, and the regent, Father Auriada, and the one who is actually running our program is Ma'am Agnet Peralta. So she's a medical physicist, and she is the medical physics program coordinator. And she was for a long time at the Department of Health, because UST is not running that program alone. It's basically also attached to the Department of Health. Okay, so they are involved here. Okay, the program started actually as a joint project of the graduate school, the Department of Health, and the Department of Science and Technology. And they had assistance from the International Atomic Energy Agency, and were also supported by the World Health Organization at that time. And this was around 1981. So this was when they were able to start the program. So the program, the master program, is older than our bachelor program. The program already produced 164 graduates until last year. Okay, it started very small with a very small number, but now we have a really good number already. So in my class, I have around 20 students. Okay, so it's growing. And because for a very long time, it was the only program for medical physics in the Philippines. I think that some universities are now starting to offer medical physics. But because it was for a long time, it was the only program in the Philippines. Basically, most medical physicists in the Philippines were trained in our graduate school, except those who did their training abroad. Okay, so it's most medical physicists here in the Philippines are our alumni, basically. Challenges during COVID-19. So we had intensive training during the break for the faculty members in enriched virtual mode of instruction. Okay, this was, I think, 40 hours. So it was a really intensive training for all the faculty members how to properly teach online. Okay, and then we are using the UST Cloud Campus based on Blackboard Learning program. The university is actually very well equipped. We used that, I think, since 2002. Okay, we have a lot of practice, and we already used that for a long time. It was not that difficult, the transition. We use synchronous and asynchronous classes. We have virtual labs. Unfortunately, we cannot do the labs in real. So we have online examinations and online faculty meetings, everything online now. Okay, for short, our research center is led by Ma'am Maribel Nonato, former Dean of the College of Science. So she's now the Vice Rector for Research and Innovation. We have here several research centers, and the one where the physics research is located is the Research Center for Natural and Applied Sciences. I want to talk about that more. Okay, so the director of the Research Center for Natural and Applied Sciences is Bernard Tongol, and we have 8 fields, basically. We have the advanced and nanomaterials, biodiversity, ecology, systematics, and taxonomy, chemical sensors and biosensors, mathematics, and theoretical physics. That's why I'm doing my research, because I'm doing computation. Then molecular diagnostics and therapeutics and natural products for health and wellness, process design, intelligent and embedded systems, and automation, and pure and applied microbiology. Okay, it covers basically all of our departments. So from chemistry, except psychology, they are not included here. So what is a computational physicist doing during the pandemic? So I'm doing now COVID-19 research together with Father Austriaco. And we created this USD COV2 model to simulate the outbreak of COVID-19 in Metro Manila. So I kind of switched direction because of actual importance of this topic. And Father Austriaco, he's a biologist. He has good knowledge about epidemiology, so we are working together. And here's our first outputs. It just came out recently from the Philippine Journal of Science, our first study on COVID-19, on the COVID-19 pandemic in Metro Manila. Okay, thank you very much. So I want to thank the university and all the involved institutions, the College of Science, the Graduate School, and the Research Center for Natural and Applied Sciences. Thank you very much.
The University of the Philippines, Baguio, lies in the summer capital of the Philippines. It is composed of three colleges: the College of Science, the College of Social Sciences, and the College of Arts and Communications. We are about 4,000 students and employees, which makes UP Baguio a small, tight-knit community where people know each other quite well, regardless of which college one belongs to. The company of classmates and teachers in the City of Pines makes for a warm venue for inspiration and learning. UP Baguio is the first university you will see in Baguio. If you look at Google Maps, you will see that it's surrounded by a road that is the shape of an inverted heart. We'd like to think that UP Baguio is the heart of academic excellence and research innovation. The College of Science offers graduate and undergraduate programs by the Department of Biology, Department of Mathematics and Computer Science, the Department of Physical Sciences, and the Human Kinetics program. The Department of Physical Sciences offers the Bachelor's of Science in Physics. The BS Physics program in UP Baguio was first implemented in March 21, 2002, as per 1159th Board of Regent meetings. The last substantive revision was done in 2017, as approved by then President Danilo L. Concepcion. To keep abreast with the current trends, researches, best practices, and to support future thrusts, our department recognized that modifications in the BS Physics program are needed in response to international standards and the ASEAN integration. With the constantly evolving educational landscape, the BS Physics program was updated in terms of the required courses and electives, optimization of course sequencing, and regular review and amendments of course syllabi. It was also an opportune time to reevaluate, assess, and streamline our current course offerings to remove redundant subjects vis-a-vis the implementation of the K-12 program and the AUN Quality Assurance Monitoring. Moreover, the revised BS Physics program will be aligned to the vision and academic thrust of the University of the Philippines as a national university. An excerpt from the vision statement of President Danilo L. Concepcion states that, "To better prepare our students as future agents of change, we want to ensure that the education they get from UP is holistic and relevant." President Concepcion will continue to affirm that all branches of knowledge can perfectly complement one another, and how they can better excel in their field of specialization by being exposed to the techniques, disciplines, and paradigms of their peers in other fields. It is the intention of the revised program to have courses that will reflect global trends while at the same time responsive to national development needs. All these changes and modifications will complement and capitalize our strong manpower resource, expertise, and laboratories in UP Baguio. The BS Physics program in UP Baguio is a 4-year course covering 18 units of foundation courses, 80 units of major courses, 36 units of general elective courses, 6 units of free electives, and 1 course on the life and works of Jose Rizal. The foundation and major courses already covers the minimum required courses by CHED. The addition of 6 units of free electives provides our students with a wider selection of courses that will expose them to different fields, other ways of thinking, and paradigms for a more holistic learning. To cater to our specific needs and considering the general and inorganic chemistry are already covered under the K-12 STEM strand, together with the discipline of chemistry, we instituted a new course, the Introductory Physical Chemistry or Chemistry 18. We also have the Special Topics course Physics 195, taken twice by the students under different topics and or taught by different experts. Our range of expertise affords our students both experimental and theoretical aspects of the new trends in physics research locally and internationally. We are currently composed of 8 faculty members, 2 professors, 4 associate professors, and 2 lecturers. Professor Agula's work is focused on nanotechnology and devices, specifically on carbon nanotubes and graphene. Dr. Crisostomo is also working on the theory of 2-dimensional nanomaterials. specifically on topological insulators. Dr. Garcia is an expert in semiconductor physics and material science. Dr. Hasmin is doing his research on material science and nanotechnology. Dr. Malapit is the only plasma physicist in Northern Luzon. Dr. Pataksil also works on nanotechnology. Ms. Rilio Raza and Mr. Triol are both nanotechnologists and material scientists. Our faculty profile allows us to do theoretical and experimental work in plasma physics, nanotechnology, device physics, material science, semiconductor, and superconductor physics. The focus of plasma physics research is on the utilization of our atmospheric pressure plasma jet for the treatment of various materials, including fabric, metals, and biological materials, for antibacterial and prolongation of shelf life. These works are funded by DOST Pictured as well as UP Baguio through the Cordillera Study Center. In the Micro and Nano Innovations Laboratory, we have developed a method to synthesize carbon nanotubes and graphene in order to utilize it for energy harvesting applications, such as solar cells, and energy storage with supercapacitors. We also work on methods to mitigate water pollution using oxide and graphene composites. Quite recently, we have developed a way to fabricate a highly sensitive room temperature infrared sensor. These are works produced by our own undergraduate students and funded by DOST Pictured in collaboration with NIMS and AIST in Tsukuba, Japan. The Dynamics and Physical Instrumentation Group focuses on computational instrumentation studies of MEM-resistive devices for sensor and neuromorphic applications. Our group performs transport modeling for oxide and organic devices as memristors and investigate the switching mechanisms in memristive devices. We also investigate path dynamics, since memristors are also possible alternatives for adaptive circuit systems for path planning of autonomous systems. Finally, our group also works on wood-based sensor systems, taking a look at the viability of utilizing cellulose-based materials for flexible and transparent electronics. Motivated by the success in graphene research, many scientists and researchers have successfully predicted and synthesized other thin-film materials that could be used in several applications such as nanoelectronics and spintronics. Dr. Chrysostomos' group focuses on the theory of topological materials. Topological insulators, also known as quantum spin-Hall insulators, are arguably the most popular among these materials. Our program offers our students various career options. After graduation, some of our students further their education and apply for scholarships locally and internationally. We have students who are now taking and have taken and finished their PhD and have flourishing careers in Japan and Korea. Students who are now taking their master's degrees in France, Italy, Belgium, Spain, and Sweden. They have received Monbushu scholarships from Japan, PhilFrance scholarships sponsored by the Embassy of France to the Philippines, and Erasmus Mundus scholarships. We also have alumni in the academia, such as the Philippine Science High School and in other well-known universities all over the Philippines. A number of our students are also employed in various semiconductor and electronics industries such as SunPower and Hitachi Incorporated. We utilize innovative methods in teaching and physics and offer various opportunities for research and collaboration locally and internationally. We are proud of our accomplishments and proud of the accomplishments of our alumni. UP Baguio has come a long way from being one of the smaller colleges of UP Diliman to becoming an autonomous university in 2002. Since then, we have developing our faculty and staff, revitalizing our infrastructures, instituting new degree programs, and improving our existing degree programs in order to provide our students the tools needed to contribute to the development of our society. We believe that our BS Physics degree program brings the University of the Philippines to greater heights. Only the stars are the limit.
thank you for the Samahan Physical ng Pilipinas for this opportunity to present the National Institute of Physics. So at present, I am the director of the institute. I noticed that there are some foreigners, some people not familiar with NIP here. So let me start by this slide about the university. So UP is actually a UP system with 8 campuses spread all over the Philippines, from as far north as UP Baguio and as far south as UP Mindanao. We have in all about 40,000 students, of which a large percentage, about 70%, are undergraduate and 30% are postgraduate students. We only have a very small percentile of international students. So we have 8 of them, 8 campuses, and the UP Diliman is the flagship campus. It's 493 hectare. While the number might look big, it's not actually the biggest campus of the UP system. UP Bisaya has a bay. UP Los Baños has a mountain. So this is a good view of the University of the Philippines, Diliman. And what you see here near the middle part is the administration building. So as you get near the administration building, you will see the famous oblation. Okay, that's the man facing upward with the arms outstretched. It symbolizes the selflessness offering of oneself to the country. Now, at the UP Diliman, we have 27 degree granting units and 376 academic programs. Last survey in 2016, we have about 300 professors, 250 associate professors, and about 600 assistant professors, and also a large number of instructors. The next slide shows you the land use master site development plan of the campus. So it consists of the campus itself as the core, and surrounding it are the housing units, hospitals, dormitories, etc. So it's actually, we call ourselves the UPD community. Okay, it has churches of all sorts, Protestant, Christians, etc. Now let me go to the National Science Complex. So in 2006, the government decided to put up a National Science Complex, and the National Science Complex consists of these 8 institutes, of which the National Institute of Physics is one of them. So unlike biology, environmental science, and metrology and mathematics, the 5 other institutes, that is the geological sciences, marine science, physics, molecular biology, and biotechnology, and National Science Research Institutes, these are national institutes, so they have a special character in it. Now, this is the map of the whole campus, and the National Science Complex is located on the lower right-hand side over here. So we're on one corner of the UP campus territory. This is the bird's eye view of the National Science Complex, and on the upper right-hand side, that's the National Institute of Physics. Around you see the other institutes such as mathematics over here, biology over here, chemistry. All right. So this is the NIP itself. This is the front view of our institute.
Dr. Garcia, please play your PowerPoint.
Yeah, try pressing F5.
What?
Play
F5.
your PowerPoint.
F5?
Yes, F5.
It gets delayed. Our internet is unstable. So the NIP has 17 professors, 3 associate professors, 2 assistant professors, and 3 visiting professors, and 33 instructors. So This is a picture of our last Zoom meeting held about 2 months ago. So at the NIP, we have the following academic programs. We have the BS degree in physics and applied physics. In the area of applied physics, we have the instrumentation and the material physics concentration. On the other hand, in the graduate program, we have the MS in physics, the MA in physics, and finally, the PhD in physics. Under development is the MS and PhD applied physics program. So these are the details of our graduate program, the PhD physics, and the MS, MA physics programs. Now, our graduates are located all around the Philippines, as far north as Ilocos, and as far south as Sokjen. Last August 2019, we had a count, and we have about 400 BS students in both the physics and the applied physics program. 6 MA, 50 MS, and about 40 PhD physics students. So the output that we have since 2012, okay, we hope to improve these numbers soon. Now, aside from BS physics, MS physics, and PhD physics, we also offer physics for scientists and engineers, specifically the Physics 70X and 70X.1 courses. So most of the students enrolling in these courses are from the College of Engineering. So what we try to do is to mold the future scientists and engineers through teaching them fundamental physics. Now, the crown jewels of our institute, which is the research. So the areas that we are interested is illustrated in this slide. We do a lot of work in physics and astronomy, engineering, material science, computer science, chemical engineering, earth and planetary sciences. And the groups doing this type of research are, this is the output of our institute since 1983. So we have, on the average at present, about 35 international ISI publications every year. So we have 5 research groups in the institute: the instrumentation physics group, photonics research group, theoretical physics group, condensed matter physics group, and the structure and dynamics group. Let's go through each of the group one at a time. So established in 1983 is the theoretical physics group. The members are Dr. Eric Galapon, Dr. Esguerra, and Dr. Ian Vega. So to show you what type of research they are doing, here is a list of their recent publication. So Dr. Galapon is working on quantum freefall motion and quantum violation of weak equivalence principle. Dr. Esguerra is working on Brownian motion, on random walks. And Dr. Vega is working on black holes. General theory of relativity. Now, the next group is the condensed matter physics laboratory. There are 4 PhD there: Dr. Salvador, Dr. Sarmago, Dr. Estacio, and Dr. Sumintak. So they're working on superconductors, MBE, thin film devices, growth and characterization, and also the generation and characterization of terahertz radiation. So on the bottom right-hand side, you see their large machine, the molecular beam epitaxy. Here is a list of some of their recent publication on terahertz, on zinc oxide. All right. So the next group is the instrumentation physics laboratory. The members of the groups are Dr. Saloma, Dr. Soriano, Dr. Maylim, Dr. Tapang, and Dr. Bantang. So they work on a variety of topics ranging from instrumentation, video and image processing, computational physics, synchronization, biology and optics, and granular matter. Here is a list of some of their recent publications. The next group is the Photonics Research Laboratory, wherein I'm a member. So aside from myself, there's Dr. Almoro, the current president of SPP, and Dr. Nathaniel Hermosa.
Professor Garcia, 1 minute to go.
And here is a list of their present publications. Another group is the Structure and Dynamics Group, Dr. Villagonzalo, Dr. Banson, and Dr. Paraan. Some of their research publications over here. Now we are trying to establish a new group, High Energy and Nuclear Physics Group. Currently, the members, Dr. Sombilio and Dr. Flores, are both abroad doing their postdoc. Dr. Sombilio is in Japan, while Dr. Flores is in South Africa. Below, you see some of them recent publication. Dr. Flores is currently working in collaboration also with CERN Atlas. So CERN is the Large Hadron Collider over at Switzerland, France, etc. And you'll see that the Philippines is now colored green, indicating that we have somebody working on the Atlas collaboration, and that would be Dr. Flores. We have two recent PhD recruits, Dr. Jason Cosme and Dr. Raynabel Reyes. So here are some of our academic and research partners, local, University of Northern Philippines, PUP, PNRI, University of San Carlos, CMU, and MSU. Internationally, I've listed here our collaborators, Japan, Taiwan, Thailand, South Korea, and Vietnam. Now, during this period of COVID-19, we do our teaching via remote asynchronous method. We also use course packs, which we sent out to the students. For our research work, we allow our faculty and graduate students to enter the institute to do their research work. However, we restrict or do not allow the undergraduate students to enter the institute. Thank you.
Good afternoon. So first of all, I would like to thank the SPP Organizing Committee for inviting me to present our new academic program, which is the Master of Science in Physics. So the main purpose of this presentation is to introduce to you our newly approved Master of Science in Physics program. Okay, before going into that, for those who are not yet familiar with our university, let me introduce to you UPLB, University of the Philippines, Los Baños. This is a campus of the UP system that is located in Los Baños, a town in Laguna. That is around 2 to 3 hours away from Manila to the south. And the nice thing about this university is that it's situated at the foot of Mount Makiling. So for those who are interested in mount trekking or hiking, maybe UPLB is the best option for you. And UPLB, including the Makiling Mountain Reserve, has a total land area of around 54.45 square kilometers. I don't know if UPLB is the largest campus in the UP system in terms of land area, but it's quite big, including the Makiling Forest Reserve. And going into our institute, so I belong to the Institute of Mathematical Sciences and Physics. It is one of the 6 national centers of excellence in the basic sciences that was established in March 23, 1983. And at present, IMSP has 2 divisions, the Mathematics Division and the Physics Division. So I belong to the Physics Division of IMSP. If you happen to visit UPLB, it is located at the 2nd floor of Wing C of what is now called Francisco Santos Hall. This building is commonly known as the Physical Sciences Building. And we house two programs. So currently we now have two programs. Of course, our BS Applied Physics program and the newly approved MS Physics program. And we also offer service courses to other programs, like in students from biology, engineering, forestry, chemistry, among many others. Okay, let me go now to our MS Physics program. So this is a very new program. It was just approved by the UP Board of Regents in their 1,351st meeting, just this May 21. And this program started being implemented this first semester of this academic year. And currently we have 9 registered students. And we are proud to say that this MS Physics program is the first to be offered in Calabarzon area. And to give you a glimpse of our program structure, so this is our program structure. For a full-time student, the core courses, including electives and graduate seminar, can be taken in the first year, and then they can do their thesis, master's thesis, on the second year. And so this is the breakdown in terms of the number of units. So we have a total of 31 units, 18 of which are for core courses, 6 units for electives, 1 unit for graduate seminar, and 6 units for master's thesis. Some details for our core courses. So we have the usual foundational physics courses. So we have classical mechanics, classical electrodynamics, quantum mechanics, and statistical mechanics as our core courses. That's for a total of 18 units. And in terms of elective courses, so we have physics elective courses and non-physics elective courses. In the moment, we have 3 approved physics elective courses, but there are additional new physics elective courses that are in the pipeline and are being proposed. So we have currently general relativity, statistical mechanics, and electrons and phonons and solids for the elective courses, physics elective courses. And also, since students can do interdisciplinary researches, they're also allowed to take elective courses from other departments and institutes, like for instance in chemistry, in the engineering department, in mathematics, or even in the computer science department. This is not an exhaustive list, so these are just some of those that students can take as their elective courses. Okay, as part of our physics, MS Physics graduation requirement, so we have a general comprehensive exam, which is scheduled after the student has successfully completed the core courses, the elective courses, and the graduate seminar course. So after taking all of those courses, they are required to take a general comprehensive exam, and that covers the core areas of physics, the foundational courses, classical mechanics, classical electrodynamics, quantum mechanics, and statistical mechanics. Okay, in terms of our faculty profile, currently we have 14 PhDs, 11 Master of Physics and Material Science and Engineering graduates, and 2 BS faculty members. So with this, we have actually some sort of a diversity of possible research topics that students can take or can do as MS Physics students here in UPLB. And in terms of the research areas that students can take, so we have the following research areas. So we have computational materials physics, also theoretical condensed matter physics, non-equilibrium statistical mechanics. Our faculty members also do research in complex systems and networks, granular materials, materials physics and engineering, and experimental chemical physics. Also included are theoretical astroparticle physics, foundations of quantum mechanics, and applied instrumentation physics. So we also have research clusters. So our research clusters are actually, this works as a laboratory. This works as a research laboratory. So we have the following clusters: astrophysics, particle physics, and nuclear physics cluster. We also have the complex systems, environmental physics, and biophysics cluster, condensed matter and statistical physics clusters, materials physics and engineering clusters, and optics and instrumentation cluster. Okay, UPLB has a graduate school. So the graduate school handles and manages all of the graduate programs of the university. So if you want to, for example, apply for MS Physics, you need to apply first or file your application to the UPLB Graduate School. Okay, and of course, we have some minimum requirements. So for those who are interested, prospective students of the program must have finished a baccalaureate degree in physics, applied physics, or related fields. And in terms of admission classification, students can be classified as either a regular student or probationary students. And the following are the requirements that the applicants should satisfy in order for them to be admitted as regular students. So aside from being BS Physics, Applied Physics, or related degree graduate, they should have a general weighted average of 2.5 or better in all physics or applied physics courses taken in the undergraduate level. Also, they should have completed at least 3 of the following foundational courses. So at least 3 of this: classical physics, electricism, magnetism, quantum physics, and statistical mechanics. And then the missed one foundational course will be included in the student's plan of study as an audit or extra course. If the student failed these requirements, then they will be categorized as probationary students. So here, these are students who have a general weighted average of below 2.5 in their physics or applied physics courses, and they lack 2 or more foundational undergraduate courses. And so they are required to audit those missing foundational courses. And aside from those requirements, they're also required to pass an interview to be conducted by the MS Physics Admissions Committee. Okay, so I think that's it. For more information, you may contact the UPLB Graduate School. Their contact numbers and email addresses are given here. You may also contact our director, the IMSP Director's Office, Dr. Edith Sicose. Also, our Physics Division Head, Dr. Alan Padama. And also, you may also contact the MS Physics Program and Admissions Committee, Dr. Christine Marcus Piñol, and yours truly. Okay, you may also visit our website if you're interested to know more about the physics faculty members and the physics division in general. You may also follow our Facebook page, IMSB CAS UPLB. So that's it. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Marie Josephine De Luna. My presentation is entitled Physics for Health, the BS Applied Physics Health Physics Program of the University of the Philippines, Manila. This is the outline of my talk. The University of the Philippines, Manila, or UP Manila, is one of the 8 constituent universities of the UP system. Designated as the Health Sciences Center of the UP system, it consists of 9 degree granting units and 2 non-degree granting units. This being our context, the Department of Physical Sciences and Mathematics in the College of Arts and Sciences offers academic programs with a focus on health. The BS Applied Physics Health Physics program was approved by the UP Board of Regents in May 2010 and welcomed its first batch of students in June 2011. It is a 4-year undergraduate program science curriculum with emphasis on the fundamental concepts and principles of physics and their applications in health and medicine. It is envisioned to create a stimulus that would increase the number of medical and health physicists in the country by motivating students to pursue a career in medical or health physics. After completing the program, the student should be able to apply theoretical, computational, and experimental physics in a workplace, conduct research related to health and medical physics that contribute to national development, advance towards higher knowledge and experience requisite to assuming a leadership role in the health and medical physics profession, collaborate with members of the health and medical physics community, and representatives from related health and safety professions, synthesize and effectively communicate scientific information in both English and Filipino, and act in recognition of professional, social, and ethical responsibility. The curriculum consists of the following: 34 units of foundation courses, 38 units of core courses, and 47 units of specialization courses, plus 27 units of general education and mandated courses. Our key strategies in program implementation are faculty development, which include short trainings, graduate studies, and clinical residency in medical physics, linkages with the Department of Health Bureau of Health Devices and Technology, as it was known then, Philippine Nuclear Research Institute, and Philippine General Hospital to assist with delivery of some of the specialization courses, as well as assist with thesis co-advising, implementation, and supervision. We also invited practicing medical physicists to give lectures, with one US-based medical physicist helping out through online lectures long before it became the new normal. Site visits to medical facilities are regularly organized as part of their learning experience. The students are required to complete 200 hours of practicum in order to experience and learn in an actual work environment. The program culminates with a research topic conceptualized and implemented by the student under the supervision of a research advisor. If necessary, external co-advisors and thesis examiners are invited. The next slides show some of our student academic activities. Visit to the Linear Accelerator facility at the Philippine General Hospital. Visit to the PET and Medical Cyclotron facilities at St. Luke's Medical Center. X-ray and near-infrared measurements at the Department of Health. Dose mapping of a city facility. And pollution studies in Manila Bay. At present, there are 3 research groups that students can join. The Raman Spectroscopy Research Laboratory explores potential applications of Raman spectroscopy for investigating health-related questions. The Gaia Laboratory is a nexus for interdisciplinary research in geology, applied physics, environmental science, applied chemistry, mathematics, and public health. The Laboratory for Applied Mathematical Physics, or LAMP, develops mathematical models and methods for solving problems in applied physics, especially those that can be directly or indirectly related to health and medicine. Students are encouraged to participate in scientific conferences. One of my students presented a poster based on her undergraduate thesis at a spectroscopy conference in the United States, and had the opportunity to interact with 2 famous people in Raman spectroscopy, shown in the photos. Ian R. Lewis of Kaiser Optical Systems, and Pavel Matusek, STFC Senior Fellow at the Rutherford Appleton Laboratory in the United Kingdom. UP Manila regularly participates in SPP conferences. This is our contingent at the 37th SPP conference last year in Tagbilaran City, Bohol. Every year, our students are asked to come up with a small project to illustrate concepts and principles that they learned in class. They demonstrate their projects as part of a science fair during our annual celebration of Science Week. An important aspect of student life is their interaction with and support of their peers. Most of our students join UP Vector, the student organization of applied physics majors. I will now talk about our graduates. We have graduated 6 batches at an average of 18 students per year. Where are they now? Several of our graduates are health physicists in regulatory agencies, particularly the Center for Device Regulation, Radiation Health and Research of the DOH Food and Drug Administration. Some are working at the Philippine Nuclear Research Institute, employed as medical physicists or junior medical physicists in hospitals, or working in IT companies. Some are in the academe as faculty members. Several are pursuing graduate studies, their MS locally, and PhD studies abroad. Quite a lot are taking up medicine. In an alumni survey, we asked our graduates on a scale of 1 to 5, with 1 being the lowest and 5 the highest, how well the program prepared them for graduate school and for their current job. These are the results. One respondent gave a rating of 2, but he is taking up medicine. We can understand the rating in that context. The ratings are encouraging, with the majority giving a rating in the range of 4 to 5. There is still a lot of room for improvement. We just recently revised our curriculum in response to the transition to K-12 of our basic education system. We also got inputs from focus group discussions with our alumni. Hopefully, our new curriculum will be more responsive to the needs of the times and make our students better prepared for graduate school or the workplace. Finally, these are the faculty who are directly in charge of the program. Thank you for listening.